When I first, when the Lord first made it clear that I was supposed to go back to school, get my master's degree and become a therapist, I looked at some secular universities, and I remember I visited them, the admissions department or whatever, and I remember thinking to myself, and then I visited Trinity, a Christian school, and I remember thinking, like, how am I going to write papers about people issues and mental health stuff or whatever and leave the Lord out of this? Like, there's just no way. Because I knew it, honestly, it birthed from what he had done in my life. Yeah. And how he saved me, and how he took my depression that I had been through and took me to doctor, showed me the therapist, connected me with the doctors, all those things. So I got the proper help, right? So as with a lot of therapists, it starts with our own story, and so it is what would I say, a very privileged role to have, to be a therapist and be this intimately involved in people's lives. And so what I have seen the Lord, I know the one who's doing the work, basically. It's the Holy Spirit is in the room with us. The Lord is guiding me. I trust that, because it's amazing that I'm even sitting there doing this, because I know my own background, what I've struggled with and been through. Yeah. So, but the Lord is doing the work. Even with EMDR therapy, I am praying for that person before we do that, because I know the Holy Spirit is the one ministering it. This is Jesus. Like, he's our healer. The Lord is the great physician. And so that's what I'm praying over this person as we're doing this. Yeah. So he's directing and guiding, like, Lord, you have this. We're just tapping into the fact that you made us to be able to heal. And so that's what I believe is going on in the therapy room. And something I did a post about a little while back was basically like, what I hope at the end of the day when people leave the counseling office or working with me is that they're holding on tighter to the Lord, because that's ultimately who I'm directing them back to. And it's not, and I don't mean it in a forced way, and everybody's at a different place in their walks with the Lord, but man, the most satisfying is when someone walks out and their eyes are just more on the Lord, and they know they are loved and they're accepted and they're safe, with him. And so those are the really, really awesome stories that I see. People have got better. Yes, all those things happen. And I even wrote that in the post. Like, it's good. Healing's good. All these things are good. But at the end of the day, man, are you holding on tighter to Jesus, right? Yeah. Like, that's a win. That's a win. So I do see people get better and out of that area of struggling or being defined by their traumas and all these things. Like, I've just seen so many beautiful things. But yeah, them being tighter with the Lord, it's the best.